Hey, MMARocks here with veteran referee Herb Dean. Herb, you're taking the opportunity of one of the non-UFC weekends to come ref fights in Poland for KSW. When did KSW contact you with this offer? Can you talk us through that process?
KSW and I, we've been talking about it for quite a while. Just waiting for a time where it made sense for them to bring me over, and then said, "Hey, now's the time. Let's come on out and do this show."
You're going to ref two fights, the main event with Mamed Khalidov against Michael Falcao, and the welterweight title fight between Aslanbek Saidov and Boris Mańkowski. Is two fights okay, or did you expect you would be given more fights since you're kind of the special guest referee?
I don't know. 2 fights is fine. Yeah, 2 fights is a good amount of fights. You know, I wouldn't want to come over just to ref one fight, but whatever they give me to ref, I'm happy to do it.
Okay, we've talked briefly about this off camera, but this is the first time KSW is going to use the cage. You, of course, have a lot of experience about reffing in cages and the structure itself. So you took a peek over at the KSW cage. What did you think about it? How does it look to you?
It looks like it's a very well-built cage, well-designed. They got it from a top-notch company that makes other cages for high-level events. Working on some of the other issues as far as for putting things together the first time, and I think it's going to be a good cage for tomorrow.
Okay, and you also talked at length with not only KSW referees but top Polish referees. Could you say what was the workshop about? Could I call it even a workshop?
Yeah, it was at length and because they had a lot of really good questions, and then of course there's the time it's going to take to translate back and forth, and but yeah, all the questions were really good and valid, and some of them were things that gave me things to think about, and I'm going to actually talk to some of the other officials and the doctors back home who regulate the sport. I'm glad I came to do it.
Could you give us an example of such an issue?
Let's see. Just, I mean, nothing in particular. Just as far as for follow-up for dealing with fighters who are unconscious, which would be the correct protocol. There's some protocol we use in the States and some they use here, and both of them make sense. And so I'm gonna talk to guys back home about it.
Okay, and you are familiar with KSW rules now, so the question we have a lot, and actually something that arose on last show, is knees to the ground. It's of course not allowed under unified rules. It's not allowed in KSW. But as a referee, what is your opinion? Because I know a lot of the referees that you've talked to before would be in favor of allowing them.
Oh, knees to the head on the ground? Oh, is that what you're asking as far as for changing? They're illegal here. They're illegal in the States. I've refereed both. I fought with both rules. I mean, hey, as long as I don't have a favorite for or against. It's just as long as we're all on the same page. I think it's best that if we're going to have a sport, I think the sport should have the same rules wherever we go. So that's mainly what I'm concerned for, is just a consistent sport so that the athletes and the fans aren't confused.
You've touched on your fighting career briefly, and if I'm not mistaken, amongst the referees in Poland we have at least 2 ex-fighters, but the rest of them never fought professionally. Do you think this is a good pipeline for pro referees to have that pro fighting experience?
I think well, I think you should know the techniques in the sport, and I think that you should have probably some athletic competition, and I think it's just a natural thing that people are going to officiate a sport that they are interested in. So I don't expect someone who's never showed an interest for badminton to want to referee badminton. So I think the same should go for mixed martial arts.
Okay, and my final question, you're also known outside of the MMA community by movie roles. You know what I'm referencing? Is there any chance that we're going to see a return to that in the near future?
Oh, I'm working hard on it. I got my agent; he's on it. Okay, no, it depends on which one you've seen. Is it
I forgot the title. It was the horror tournament movie.
Okay. Oh, that's the one you saw. Now that's my favorite movie. Okay, because I thought you were talking about Here Comes the Boom, which was a blast. I got to be in there with Kevin James, but then I got to have a role in this film called Monster Brawl, where I actually got killed. I got my throat cut by the witch bitch. That's her name, and that's not the name I gave her. That was her name, and it was a lot of fun. I got to die on camera, and I got to be directed through it. Like, your throat's been cut. and you're staggering and you're walking and you can't. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, any chance I get to do different fun things that are yeah, I'm always about it.
Okay, so hopefully we will see you here in Poland not only as part of the refereeing team, whether it's for KSW or perhaps for a new UFC show, which promises to come here sometime, but we never know when, but also on the big screen. Good luck with both parts of your career.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks for the interview, Herb.
All right, bye.